Hello students, today we are going to discuss lecture 2 of the chapter matter in our surroundings. First of all, we are going to discuss some questions. So the first question is, which of the following are matter? Chair, air, love, smell, hate, almonds, thought, cold drink, cold, smell of perfume. So first of all, what is matter? Anything that occupies space and has mass is known as matter. So obviously this criteria should be followed by the substances to be called as matter. So chair, air, almond, cold drink and smell of perfume are matter. Here I am discussing about the smell of perfume. As you know, when the perfume is sprinkled, the gaseous molecules comes out, so that gaseous molecules we smell up. So that is why smell of perfume is also considered as a matter. Alone smell is not considered as a matter, but smell of perfume is known as a matter. Let's proceed further. Give reason for the following observation. The smell of hot sizzling food reaches us several meters away, but to get the smell from the cold food you have to go close. Why we can smell hot sizzling food from a far away place? Why? Because the particles of hot food have more kinetic energy, and since they have more kinetic energy, the rate of diffusion means the rate of movement of particles from one place to another is very fast than the particles of cold food. That is why we are able to smell it from several meters away. The reason I am repeating it again is the particles of hot food have more kinetic energy. That is, kinetic energy is the energy possessed by the molecules by the virtue of its motion, and the rate of diffusion is also more in the in the particles of hot food. That is why we can smell it from far away. Let's proceed further. A diver is able to cut through water in a swimming pool. Which property of matter does this observation show? Obviously, if a diver is able to cut through the water in a swimming pool, that shows that matter is made up of particles which could be easily displaced while swimming in the swimming pool. So, the property of matter that is observed is that matter is made up of particles. What are the characteristics of particles of matter? Simple. Particles of matter have spaces between them. In the first lecture we have done that activity in which we have proved that particles of matter have spaces between them. Particles of matter are in a continuous motion, and the particles of matter attract each other. Let's proceed further. States of matter. There are 5 states of matter, that is solid, liquid, gas, plasma, Bose-Einstein condensate, or also known as BEC. So we are going to discuss each and every state in detail. First of all, some important terms. First is Brownian motion. What is Brownian motion? The zigzag movement of the small particles suspended in a liquid or a solid is called Brownian motion. It's just the zigzag motion of the particles of a liquid or gas which we observe in our nature also. Like when you open a dark room and suddenly a flash of sunlight enter that room, you see the movement, zigzag movement of the dust particles. So that zigzag movement of the small particles suspended in liquid, gas or air is called as Brownian motion. Interparticle space. The space or distance between the particles of matter is known as interparticle space. Means the spaces or distance present between the particles of matter is known as interparticle space. Interparticle forces, as you already know that particles of matter attract each other. So there must be some force of attraction, and that force of attraction between the particles of matter is known as interparticle forces. Let's proceed further. Now here comes our first topic, solids. As you can see in this picture, the particles of solids are very closely packed. Due to this close arrangement of the particles, solids are having fixed shape and fixed volume. These particles obviously vibrate when we provide some heat energy, but they will not leave their position. They will just vibrate on their own mean position. Fine. These vibration increase as the temperature will increase. Means these particles will not move from their place, but they will keep on vibrating on their own mean position when the temperature is increased. Fine. So the particles have less energy than the particles in liquid and gases. These particles have less energy as compared to particles in liquid and gases. Let's proceed further. Solids. A solid has a fixed shape and fixed volume. Why? Because the particles of solid are closely packed. Here you have seen the particles of solid are closely packed, and their position are fixed due to the strong forces of attraction between them. And their positions are fixed as there is strong forces of attraction between the particles of the solid. Solid cannot be compressed much. When you will ever take a solid and try to compress it, it will not be compressed easily. Solids have high densities, means solids are very heavy. Solid do not fill the container completely. If you will put a block which is obviously a solid into a glass, it will not fill the full glass, as the solid cannot fill the containers completely. Solids do not flow because their particles are fixed and they are very closely packed due to strong forces of attraction between them. Let us discuss some exception and some important questions. A rubber band, can it change its shape on stretching? Then is it a solid? Yes. A rubber band is considered solid because it changes shape under force. When we apply force, only then it changes its shape and regains the same shape when the force is removed. If excessive force is applied, it will break. You can see it is just changing its shape on applying force, but when that force is removed, its shape is retained again, and moreover it is still in a solid state. It is not changing its state into any other state, means it is still a solid. Even after we are stretching it, it is not changing its state. It is just changing its shape under the effect of the force. So it is considered as a solid. When salt and sugar are kept in different jar, these takes place the shape of the jar. Are they solid? Because earlier we have told that solids do not fill the containers completely. Then whenever we put salt or sugar in a jar, it obviously fill that container. Will it be called as a solid? Yes, because if you take individual small crystals of the solid or the sugar, their shape are fixed, so they are not changing their shape. That is why they are considered as solid. Salt and sugar are considered to be solids because the shape of each individual sugar or salt crystal, which is very small, remains fixed even when they are put in a jar. Next, a sponge can be compressed easily. So why do we call sponge a solid? As you already know that solids cannot be compressed much, but if we take the case of a sponge, we are easily able to compress it, then why we call it a solid? A sponge is considered to be a solid because its compressibility means it could be compressed due to the presence of minute holes in which air is trapped, and in that minute holes of the sponge some air is trapped. When we press it, the air is expelled out and we are able to compress it. But when we will remove that force, again the sponge will regain its shape. That is why it is called as a solid, and also it is not changing its state on applying pressure. So I think it must be clear to you. In the next topic we will be discussing about liquid, gases and their characteristics. Thank you so much.